Hey folks, thanks for joining. Too Many Travelers here, and just kind of set the stage. We're actually going to be in northern Indiana, primarily around Marion, Indiana, Gas City, Fairmount, and I believe maybe Jonesboro. We're looking to explore the tale of two very, very popular people that came out of this region. One, movie actor James Dean, Mr. Cool himself, which everybody knows. We're going to visit a couple of museums of his. Right now we're standing at the birth site of James Dean, and we're going to explore his gravesite, and then also Jim Davis, the creator of Garfield. We're going to go on a Garfield hunt today, and
literally, there's 14 different statues.
Right? And so there's 14 different statues.
And there's a map that we're going to follow to get to most of these statues. I don't know that we can get to each one, but we're going to do our best.
Yeah.
We're going to try to.
And so they actually have the Garfield
14.
Trail.
Yeah, the Garfield Trail.
The Garfield Trail. And so we're going to try to knock out as many of them as we can. So folks, buckle up and buckle in.
And let the adventure begin.
Let's go. Marion, Indiana, the birthplace of James Dean. Pretty cool monument to the legend himself. Then the other thing that we noticed, there's some huge groundhogs over here. I'm going to see if I can get over there and see if we can get a shot of them. And here's where our journey begins. American actor James Dean was born on February 8th, 1931 in the Seven Gables apartment house, which stood at this very site. He starred in 3 major motion pictures: East of Eden, Rebel Without a Cause, and Giant. James Dean died on September 30th, 1955 at the age of 24 in a traffic accident on a California highway. He was laid to rest at the Park Cemetery in Fairmount, Indiana, just 10 miles south of this location. James Byron Dean. It's a beautiful memorial. Here we are at the James Dean Museum in Fairmount, Indiana. Actually, they have the largest collection in the world for all the actual belongings of James Dean. James Dean was living with family members, or raised by family members, the Winslow family, and they donated many of these things for the museum. You can see, because he was a really, really good athlete, and as you can see here, they donated many things to the museum. This is awesome. This is awesome. There's his baby shoes. Look at this. This is cool. There's a diploma from Fairmount High School. You can see he lettered. He also enjoyed drawing. Some of his artwork here, as you can see. How cool is that? This is his basketball sweater. Again, he was a great athlete. This is cool. This is the first motorcycle he bought. We're gonna stop by that motorcycle shop where he actually purchased this motorcycle. This was his first motorcycle. It's now Carter's. That is awesome. Another one of his basketball sweaters. Got some really cool artwork and paintings here. Very iconic photo there as he is walking downtown Fairmount. And there was his Porsche. It's pretty cool stuff here. Billboard from East of Eden. It's beautiful artwork in here. But again, this is his personal collection that the Winslow family had provided the museum. You can see these letters and things that he had written. This is awesome. It's the bongo. These are items that he had in his New York apartment. And there was a Congo drum that he had in his New York apartment. Upon his last visit here in Fairmount, he brought it back. And there's a photo here to where he's out in the middle of the field with all the cattle playing this Congo drum. Had some bongos as well. Just a real interesting guy. There's Jimmy Dean and his cousin. Some great photos. Some really cool things here in the museum.
For the weekend, so we have no rush to get anywhere. Good.
This is a sculpture that he actually done. The clay tools that he used to make that sculpture. This is awesome. One of his racing suits. One of the movie posters from Rebel Without a Cause. This is awesome. Some of the other folks that started the movie with him. Here's a photo where he was sitting and making a phone call. And they actually have those items right here. How cool is that? It's really cool three-dimensional art sculpture. James Dean. One of the shirts he was wearing during this photograph that was taken. The Western boots that he wore during the filming of the movie Giant. Look at this beautiful Triumph motorcycle. It's one of the other motorcycles that he owned. Taken with that motorcycle. One of the original movie posters from East of Eden. He did enjoy racing, and he loved Porsche. Pretty cool artifacts here. Different trophies. And Here are the knives from Rebel Without a Cause. After his passing, Warner Brothers Studio actually printed on the knives themselves, Rebel Without a Cause, and turned those knives over to Jimmy's father, Winton Dean. Pretty cool. There's another red and white shirt that he had worn. Here's a photo of him in that red and white shirt. Some memorabilia from the movie Giant. Here's the iconic brown fringe jacket, custom belt, blue jeans, and cowboy boots. Now what we're looking at here, it's a very iconic photo that you've seen in probably any magazine that's ever shown photos of James Dean.
Yeah, it's James Dean walking along East Washington Street with the Citizens Exchange Bank's Golden Dome in the background. What a beautiful sight that is. We're standing right where this was at.
So it was this very location where he was standing during that photo, and as you can see that that very prominent dome on the top of the bank building that you would also see in the photo. Pretty cool. And here we are, downtown Fairmount, where James Dean grew up. As you can see, they really embrace James Dean and what he meant to the community. As you can see, they'll attach his name to pretty much anything. And here we have a classic car show that's going to be taking place, and it's the James Dean car show. So there's a number of things around here. Again, still in downtown Fairmount.
I just found something really cool I got to show you.
What?
This is amazing.
Vicki just found another placard. They got placards all over town to let you know of historical areas.
And on this site in 1897, nothing happened. Nothing. We gotta document that. Well, I'm just saying.
You called me over for nothing happening? We're looking for placards.
It's clever. I like it.
Let's continue. Psst, psh, psst. Here we're at the location where James Dean had his first motorcycle, took it into town. It was a Czech CZ 125cc motorcycle, and it was actually parked right out front of this area. I'll give you a better view here in just a moment. So in that photo, he would have been right about here in that photo on his motorcycle in front of what is now the bank. Here's another iconic photo. This is James Dean standing next to his longtime friend Bill Beck and 12-year-old cousin at the time, Marcus Winslow Jr. And on that photo, these are the footprints where James Dean would have been standing, leaning up against that glass, giving you perspective, probably similar to this in that photo. Now you can see they filled in the wall area there on the left that used to be an open storefront. Now it's filled in with brick, as you can see that. But again, I'm standing in the same spot right here that James Dean would have been standing in. This is awesome. Here's the location where James Dean purchased his first motorcycle. And this is the Back Creek Friends Church. This is the church that James Dean actually attended as a child, and each year they will pay tribute to James Dean on September 30th. And as we're approaching the Winslow farm, this is the farm where James Dean was raised. Also in that photo that you saw earlier where he was in the field playing the conga drum with the cows, well, this is where that took place. Man, what a beautiful sight. Look at this. James Dean, second drive on the right, top of hill. Nice thing about it is when you come into the burial area, they don't necessarily hide it. So they give you signs letting you know where to go in order to find his final resting place. But this is it. And here we are at James Dean's final resting place. People will leave him cigarettes, as he was a smoker, and they'll leave him some coins. And as you can see, someone kissed his grave. Jimmy Dean. And so folks, that's going to do it for this vlog. James Dean, taken way too soon at the age of 24. I do want to thank Dorothy at the museum and Lenny at the gallery. Lenny did provide us some maps, so it made it much easier to find everything. So thank you for that. So folks, that's going to do it for part one. Again, had a great time learning about James Dean's life. But as Garfield is saying here, enough about you, James. Let's talk about me. So let's take a look and venture down the Garfield Trail. So in closing, good day to you. See you next time.